Screen visible to all of you now? Yes?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Just wait. Is it visible now?
No, sir. हाँ दिखते सर दिखते.
Okay. Okay, I think it is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry. So in last lectures we have discussed there are various ingredients are there that we are using in the cosmetic formulations which are sensitive to the human body or which is having some adverse reactions like rashes, like edema or sometimes redness will occur or stinging actions will occur. We have also discussed that in daily routine we have using more than 200 chemicals or that chemical burden is there in our body, and that's why to avoid all the toxicity caused by those agents that we are using in the cosmetic formulations because आपण कितीही म्हटलं की एखादा प्रोडक्ट हा नॅचरल आहे किंवा एखाद्या प्रोडक्टची सेन्सिटिव्हिटी नाही आहे पण काही ना काही त्याच्यामध्ये अलर्जंट असतात आयदर इट इज अ प्रायमरी अलर्जंट और आयदर इट इज अ सेकंडरी अलर्जंट they can cause some hypersensitivity reactions will occur. So to avoid that, this sensitivity testing is carried out. Now, why are these products are tested on animals? I just want to clear one thing here that FDA don't want your statistical study on animals. They don't force you that all the cosmetic must be tested on animals. But basically, this animal data that will provide the extra information or the extra proof, or the we can say the strong proof that all the product or the whatever the product is there, which is toxicity free. Now, since 2001, sorry 2011, India is the first country in Asian region that they have banned animal testing for the cosmetic purpose. Okay, there are some models they are using, but not actual testing will carried out on animals. So why these are product are tested on animals? Because as we know, there is a vast diversity in human body structures, or the human basically we can say. We have seen the different types of skin. Dry skin is there, or rough skin is there, oily skin is there, then combination skin is also there. So obviously, if suppose a specific substance is sensitive to the my skin, that doesn't mean which is sensitive to the all of your skin. So because of that diversity, you have to check that cosmetic formulations just before to launch into the market. Simple thing, just to imagine if you are using the lipstick which is having some sensitive irritant, primary irritant or secondary irritant will be there, and it will causes swelling. What will happen if you are not tested that lipstick before utilizing for your means for the makeup purpose? Obviously, त्याचे पुढे side reactions तुम्हाला लगेच दिसणार आहे. So to avoid all that things, these all the cosmetics in the final product of the cosmetics must be tested for the toxicity testing study. That we have already studied which are the tests are there. We have studied the semi-solid dosage form, right? There is a high retency test is there. Dress test that we are calling high skin retency test are there. Lethal dose test is there. Then we have discussed different types of patch test which is carried out on human volunteers. So those all tests are carried out for the cosmetic purpose. Now why on the animals? Because as you know, the animal skin physiology which is most resembled to the human body. Basically, we are using albino rats, rabbits we are using in these particular testing procedures. So they measure the level of eye tissue damage. Means those are the eye cosmetic they have tested on albino rabbits. Then under the eye irritation test, in skin irritation test, same we are using अल्बिनो रॅट ड्रेस टेस्ट अंडर आपण ते carried out करतो. So, so the similarity between the skin and the physiological functions of the skin of rabbit or these particular animals, or sometimes we are using the guinea pig. So we are testing the toxicity of overall final product. And we know in the semi-solid dosage form we have discussed the patch test. We are applying the patch of that formulations and we are comparing with the standard or the marketing formulations, right? And then we are comparing whether there is any reductions to occurs or not. If occurs, then we have tested for the individual substance. Means all those substances we have tested for the patch testing, and from that we are determining specific substance which causes the toxicity or some reactions will occur. So all that substances or sorry, all that tests that we have discussed under the toxicology of the cosmetics. Now there are some guidelines they have set. They are called as a OECD guidelines. So they set the guidelines for the general toxicity. So what is OECD? Can anyone? कोणाला माहिती आहे OECD guidelines काय आहेत त्या or what is stands for the OECD? OECD stands for the Organizations for the Economic Cooperations and Development. So they set the guidelines for the testing of chemicals that are internationally accepted specifications for the testing of the chemicals. Okay, so they have set some standard or they have set some procedures to carry out the general toxicity test for specific substances. Now, first you have to select a test substance here. Now, after that, you have to set some experimental conditions. Experimental conditions in the sense experimental animals that we are using for that specific toxicity purpose. So which species that we are using? Animal सिलेक्शन त्याच्यामध्ये पण डिफरंट कॅटेगरी तुझं एज त्याचं किती आहे म्हणजे किती मंथचा आहे तो रॅबिट किंवा रॅट असेल तर तुम्ही युटिलाइज करतात. आता आपल्याकडे आपल्या कॉलेजमध्ये अवेलेबल आहे आपण अॅनिमल टेस्टिंग कॅरीड आउट करतो. सो त्याच्यामध्ये आपण तुम्ही बघितलं असेल की आपण आपल्या कॉलेजमध्ये रॅबिट्स होते किंवा रॅट्स होते मोस्टली रॅट्स आपण युटिलाइज केले होते. सो त्यांचं जे टोटली डाएट वगैरे जे असते किंवा त्यांची वी कॅन से द ॲनिमल हजबंड्री म्हटलं जातं त्याला की त्यांना जे लागणारे क्लायमॅटिक कंडिशन्स आहे किंवा जे लागणारे काही प्रॉपर जे फिडिंग आहे सो ते तुम्हाला फर्स्ट मेंटेन करून ठेवायचं एक्सपेरिमेंटल ॲनिमल्स अँड इट्स मेंटेनन्स. So to first select the animals, okay, I want to carry out a test on albino rabbit. Okay, so you have to check their weight, their age also, कोणत्या species आहे आता albino rabbit का सगळ्यात albino rabbit species strain selection त्याच्यामध्ये important असते की याच्यावर आपण टेस्टिंग carried out केलं जातं. Then after selecting the proper animal and after maintaining that animal for the specific time durations, we have to design the experiment DOE design of experiment किंवा ट्रीटमेंट डिझाईन त्याला म्हटलं जातं की त्याच्यामध्ये तुमच्या पॅरामीटर सेट केले जातात आणि तो तुम्ही एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म करणार आहात डिझाईन ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंट म्हणतात त्याच्यामध्ये तुमचं डोस लेवल किती आहे किती एमजी अप्लाय करणार आहात किंवा कोणत्या रूटने तो ऍडमिनिस्टर केला जाणार किंवा तुम्ही डोस सिलेक्शन कसं कॅरीड आउट करणार रँडमली कॅरीड आउट करणार किंवा ज्या काही मेथड्स आहेत त्या मेथडने तुम्ही डिसाइड करणार. देन आफ्टर सिलेक्टिंग द डोस अँड आफ्टर सिलेक्टिंग द रूट ऑफ द ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन नाउ यू हॅव टू डिटरमाइन द which parameter has to be measured during that particular test. Means you are going to withdraw the blood sample from the specific veins and then you are going to evaluate the blood samples or directly after the applying you are going to observe the skin conditions. So clinical observations as well as the others observations also you have to maintain. And at the end of the study, you have to carry out a hematological study, clinical biochemistry of the gross necropsy that you have to perform, and you have to carry out the data analysis. Means First, obviously, you are setting some standard here, and you are setting the parameter to be measured. And now you have to evaluate whether those parameters are comply with the standards or not. That is called as a data analysis or called that we are measuring statistically. There are various methods are there. You can use the graphical methods, you can use the pie chart methods, or you can use any other method to represent your data. And finally, data report. So it must be represented with respect to the clinical observations, its body weight, the food intake, water intake, immunology, clinical chemistry, gross necropsy, or the histopathology. म्हणजे तुम्ही जर एखादा टिश्यू डिटरमाइन करता टिश्यू मधला स्टडी डिटरमाइन करताय तर त्याची हिस्टोपॅथॉलॉजी तुम्हाला मेन्शन करावी लागते कारण ज्यावेळी आपण एखादी ॲनिमल स्टडी कॅरीड आउट करतो तो ॲनिमल आपल्या आपल्या हाऊसमध्ये आल्यापासून त्याच्यावर टेस्टिंग कॅरी केल्यापर्यंत त्याच्यावरचा रिझल्ट अनालिसिस केल्यानंतर तो सॅक्रिफाईस करेपर्यंतचा सगळा डाटा तुम्हाला त्याच्यामध्ये द्यावा लागतो मीन्स इन ड्युरिंग दॅट ऑल्सो यू हॅव टू गिव द डेली टेम्परेचर कंडिशन ह्युमिडिटी कंडिशन्स किती वेळा त्याला फूड सर्व केलं डेली त्याचं वेट किती आहे आज एवढं आहे उद्या त्याचं इन्क्रीज झालं की कमी झालंय किंवा मेंटेन आहे एज त्याचं सॉरी वेट त्याचं that all the informations that we have to uh, mention at the end of the data report. So this is the basic layout. Means this is the basic guidelines they are set by the OECD की कोणतीही टेस्ट तुमची असो बॅच टेस्ट असो ड्रेस इरिटन्सी टेस्ट असो किंवा अदरच्या बॅच टेस्ट आहेत प्रोफेटिक आणि तुमच्या अदरच्या टेस्ट आहेत सो त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला हा प्रोटोकॉल सेट करावा लागतो प्रोटोकॉल इन द सेन्स तुम्ही कशी एक्सपेरिमेंट कॅरीड आउट करणार आहात त्या एक्सपेरिमेंटसाठी काय काय प्रिकॉशन्स तुम्ही घेतल्यात किंवा त्या एक्सपेरिमेंटसाठी काय काय गोष्टी तुम्ही मेंटेन केल्या अँड आफ्टर द एंड ऑफ द testing, what are the things or what are the parameters that you have evaluated? That we have to describe at the end data report. So this is the basic layout. Now we'll move to the actual testing. These are the different tests. So there are various methods have been described to predict the potential of substance to induce the irritation or the sensitization. We have discussed already Grace eye irritancy test, trace skin irritancy test, and the lethal doses test. We'll see again what exactly happens in that particular test. So, for the detections of that potential primary irritations, these particular trace tests are importantly performed and it is carried out on an animal. Here we can see the rabbits that we are using. So albino rabbits that are used and what are the substance to be tested that is applied to the either on an intact skin or either in a abraded skin or either on a light sacrificed skin. And under the dress eye irritancy test, whatever the solutions are there, that is instilled into the eye. So we'll discuss what exactly consider the Gray's eye irritancy test. So here we can see one image here. Now these rabbits are utilizing for the Gray's eye irritancy as well as Gray's skin irritancy test. So basically specific rabbits are selected. So animal is placed in restraint slot that hold their heads in a place. Then eyelids are kept open. Is here one eyelid is fitted with the solution and one eyelid that will remain as a standard. So we can easily compare the changes which is occurs in the eye. So after the specific time is after the 24 hours, 48 hours and at that specific time intervals we have to observe the changes in eyes. Suppose any irritation will be there, corneal damage will be there. So that means there are some irritants are present in that particular cosmetics. If no changes will be occurs in both tested eyes and standard eyes, then we can say there is no return which is occurred or present in that particular formulations. Then under the great skin irritancy test, I'm not going in detail because that already we have covered. I will just recall what we have covered under that test. So under great skin irritancy test, basically, animal is shaved or abraded. So as I said, either we are applying the formulations on the intact skin or a abraded skin or some lightly sacrificed skin. So all of them are covered with the patch, means whatever the formulations of products are applied to the skin and is covered with the plastic sheeting, or you can call it the covered with the patch for the 24 hours. And then the site of the applications are examined at the intervals and changes are assessed and recorded. Basically, the skin of the rabbit which is more susceptible than the man. And sometimes, because of that also, this testing can lead to the false positive and the false negative, we can say the outcome also. So it is advisable to compare the result of the test substance with the result of the known harmless substances. Sometimes guinea pig is also used. So the process that we all know, 2 centimeters, sorry, 2 square centimeter patch is pasted on the skin of the animals, and then animal is restrained. Animal is placed in a cage for the to restrain them, and then the evaluations will be carried out. Under the lethal dose test, that means again the same test which will carried out, but here the solutions of the product are forced to the stomach tubes, vapor spray, inhalers, or injections. Means whatever the formulations are there, they are not directly applied to the skin. They are forcefully passed into the stomach and to the stomach tube or by the help of the vapor spray inhalers or by the injections. And then the change in the temperatures or change in the body condition that they have observed. Sorry. So the reactions are tested, and if there is no reactions in any animals, then the test is carried out on a human beings. So here we can observe that how we use, means how clearly these particular animals are used for the testing purpose. But fortunately in India, animal testing has been banned for the cosmetic concern, as per the cosmetic concern, but which is available for the other, means for the therapeutic जे content किंवा drugs जे आहेत प्रोसेस फॉर्म त्यासाठी अजूनही animal testing utilize केले जाते. So what are the benefits of the testing? So they shows if there are any adverse reaction to the skins or eyes. They may show if the product is toxic. There are specific laws which delegate what is considered to be purity. They have fewer rules in working with the humans, so scientists can slightly more freely work on animals. So an animal skin, body and the internal working are similarly structures to human, which gives the closest accurate results to what a human will experience. And basically easier for the scientists to get a funding in using animal testing as opposed to the human testing. कारण human testing ज्यावेळी आपण carried out करतो त्यावेळी त्यासाठी जो लागणारा मनी आहे तो as compared to the animal testing हा खूप हाय जातो. आपण बघणार batch testing मध्ये ते सगळं. So these are the advantages of testing, but along with that there are some disadvantages also. Obviously, which will be extremely painful for the animals. Sometimes the tests are extremely expensive because you have to maintain the all those conditions for that animal. Animal जर आपला कॉलेजचा पण animal house बघितला असेल तर तुम्हाला माहिती आहे की त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला AC प्रोव्हाइड करावं लागतं, प्रॉपर टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करायचं, फूड प्रॉपरली प्रोव्हाइड करावं लागतं. त्याचा जो मेंटेनन्स आहे तो प्रॉपरली ठेवावा लागतो, ह्युमिडिटी मेंटेन करून ठेवावा लागतो. समटाइम्स the tests are extremely expensive. This test takes months or even years to conduct, and all of the animals are killed once the tests are completed so that their internal organs can be examined. Means once you use the single animal, whether the test is positive or negative, you have to sacrifice that animals. So these are the some disadvantages. So there are alternatives are also there. We can use some cell culture, tissue cultures we can use. Before moving to the patch testing, I just want to discuss those. So here are some alternatives are there. We can use the cell culture, we can use the tissue cultures of that specific animals, or sometimes we can use the sophisticated computer models also. We can use some corneas from the eye bands where you can directly carry out the testing on that eye. So what are the benefits of using alternatives? It will be more reliable, less expensive, more consistent, better predictors for the human reactions. Importantly, animals are not harmed and sparing the companies the expense of breeding, catching, feeding and disposing of animals that are used in a testing laboratory. So that expenses will be reduced. So this is all regarding the dress irritancy test. But there is another one test is there, which is carried out on a human bodies, that is called as a patch test. So all the human sensitivity testing of the cosmetics can be performed either by the diagnostic purpose or either for the prophetic test. By diagnostic test, it is used to discover whether the cosmetics used has any cause of the dermatitis, and if the cosmetic is known, the ingredient which is cause the dermatitis, which is called the diagnostic purpose. And prophetic test, which is done to assess whether the new cosmetic should be placed on the market or not. Basically, we know the patch testing. So the patch testing basically used to determine which allergens a patient with allergic contact dermatitis reacts to. जेवढे आपण केमिकल्स युटिलाइज केले किंवा सबस्टन्स युटिलाइज केले त्याच्यामधला कोणता सबस्टन्सेस हा ॲलर्जन किंवा कोणता सबस्टन्स हा ॲलर्जी प्रोव्हाइड करतो त्यासाठी हा बेसिकली पॅच टेस्ट कॅरी आउट केला देयर आर टू मेथड डायग्नोस्टिक पर्पज अँड वन इज प्रोफेटिक पर्पज द प्रोफेटिक टेस्ट and diagnostic test. A series of allergens are applied to the back of the human and then removed after the 48 hours. And after 48 hours, the patient returns for the result. So if the positive reactions are there, they shows the erythema, papules or the vesicles formations. Now the identification of the specific allergens that will help the patient find product free of those allergens. म्हणजे suppose 10 ingredient आहे तर 10 मधला कोणता ingredient मुळे आपल्याला रिॲक्ट करेल ते पण आपण आयडेंटिफाय करू शकतो. आपण हे सगळं डिस्कस केलंय पॅच टेस्टिंग मध्ये. So identifying allergens, not all the patients with the ACD needs patch testing. Patch testing should be done when the allergen is unknown or the dermatitis chronic. So acute chronic dermatitis. A positive reaction on patch testing does not definitely mean that the patient rashes is due to that specific allergy. पण आपण पॅच टेस्टिंग मध्ये बघितले की आपल्याला एक पॅच अप्लाय करावा लागतो. सो त्यावेळी आपण इव्हॅल्युएशन ज्यावेळी कॅरी आउट करतो त्यावेळी हा पॅच रिमूव्ह करताना जे काही आपण स्टिकी मटेरियल युटिलाइज केले त्याचा पण काय काय वेळा रॅशेस असतात. So the proper observations must be carried out. So elimination of the rashes with the removal of the allergen confirms the clinical significance of the positivity. So as I discussed, there are two purposes of the patch testing: diagnostic purpose and a prophetic purpose. Diagnostic to discover whether the cosmetics used has caused dermatitis, and for the prophetic purpose to assess whether a new cosmetic should be placed on the market or not. So this is the general procedures they are mentioned here. So you have to place about 0.1 to 0.3 gram of the cosmetic which is to be tested. It is applied on a piece of the cotton fabric or sometimes flannel will be used, which which is having the size of 2.3 centimeters square. It is applied this to the skin of the arms, thigh, or a back because this is the very sensitive skin of human bodies. Then this patch is covered with a patch of the silicone membrane, which is about 5 centimeters square, and sealed with the adhesive plaster, which is about 40 centimeters square. Okay, now you have to allow to remain for uh, you have to allow so these patches are allowed to remain on the skin for the 22 to 78, 72 hours, and then site of patch are examined after the 30 minutes of removal of the patch by an experienced dermatologist. We can carry out early observations also, but not less than 15 minutes. With the patch remove केल्यानंतर 15 minutes to 30 minutes मध्ये त्याचे observations carried out करू शकतो. If there are no reactions, then the same patch may be reapplied to the same place, or a fresh patch of the same material may be applied to that particular uh, place also. Now we know when we are applying the patches, there are two lines here we can see. One line contains our testing formulations and one line contains the standard formulations. Or we can say the brand formulations which are already available in the market and which is that we know that there is no harm causes because of that formulations also. So before applying the patch testing, the patients need to be informed that patch testing is time consuming process that required at least 3 visits during the specific week. Also, you have to explain the side effects also. Means there will be some side effects will occur that we are going to test it. So you have to inform the patients also. Along with that, you have to inform them to avoid the showering, exercising, and extreme of heats and humidity, and should be alerted that positive reactions can result in itching and a discomfort. Because शॉवरिंगमुळे असेल किंवा एक्झरसाइजिंग स्वेटिंग वगैरे होतं स्वेटिंगमुळे तुमचं जे काही पॅच आहे त्याची कुठेतरी तो स्टिकीनेस आहे कुठेतरी अल्टर होऊ शकतो सो यू हॅव टू गिव्ह द इन्फॉर्मेशन रिगार्डिंग द पॅच प्रोसिजर्स ऑल्सो and nowadays in many of the research and development in laboratories are there where they are providing the paid volunteers so whatever the days are there. So for that specific day, they have paid them the specific amount, which is more than 10,000 I think per day or per testing. I don't know, but just you have to go there. You have to follow all the instructions they have given, and the testing will be carried out on your body, and they will be paid for the testing purpose. Now, mostly patch testing is usually performed on the backside if the backside is excessively hairy, it may be difficult to achieve adequate skin contact. So sometimes shaving will be carried out. And to avoid the irritation, it is advisable to keep the hair of the back uh, back 1 or 2 days before the patch test. Then potent topical corticosteroid applied to the test sites or the oral corticosteroid ideally should be discontinued at least 2 weeks before patch testing. Oral antihistamines may be continued during patch testing as they have minimal effect on the mechanisms of the delayed hypersensitivity. Then, since the positive patch test reaction is not histamine mediated, so since there is no pathophysiological rationale to discontinue the antihistamines prior to the patch testing, then patient should avoid the irradiations from both artificial as well as natural sources, the sunlight and the UV radiation before the patch testing. Because there is a one reason, there are some agents they are getting activated when it comes in contact with the UV rays. That also there is a one also test the photo patch test. That the certain substances are not harmful at the initial stage, but when they come or when they exposed to the sunlight, they become the harmful. So for that purpose, it should be avoided to comes in contact with the UV radiations or to the sunlight rays. Patch testing should be deferred in heavily tan patients and minimum of 4 weeks after significant sun exposure should be allowed before patch testing. Now patch testing reading, that is the important thing here. I will not go in detail about what is repeated patch test or what is prophetic patch test or what is phototoxic test. That we have already discussed. So reading and the grading of the patches, which is best done by an experienced dermatologist. Because we cannot predict that specifically की ही particular reaction से या allergen मुळेच आहे की आपल्या aggressive tape मुळे आहे. So the initial reading, the patches typically are left in the place for a period of the 2 days, which allows the adequate penetration of the allergens into the skin. And to reduce the number of the false positive reading, the initial evaluation is generally performed between the 15 to 16 minutes after the patches are removed. Normally, particularly 15 to 30 minutes, but here they have mentioned 15 to 16 minutes after the patches are removed. Then second reading is critically important to distinguish the irritant reactions from true allergic reactions and to identify allergic reactions that do not appear at the time of the patch removal. मगाशी म्हटले काही काय वेळा लेट रिएक्शन्स ऑकोर्स होतात. It's called delayed acute ICDs. ICD, that is irritant contact dermatitis. So that has to be observed in the second reading. The time of second reading varies, but generally 1 day on day 4 or 5. Day 4 readings appear to be associated with the low number of the false negative reactions and performing the second reading too soon may miss some delayed reactions. Where performing the second reading, so an additional reading at day 6 or day 7 may be useful to identify the small number of late or the positive reactions. So here the interpretations of interpreting the patch testing they are given. There is no reactions, it will be represented with the negative signs. Some rashes or some redness will be there, which is weak positive. Some redness with the papules, which is strong positive. Uh, some spots are there, which irritant reactions are occurs. Uncertain other equivocal reactions are there that cannot be observed. So we can say plus or minus reactions, and these are the extreme reactions. So the result interpretation is very much important. So here we can see the positive patch test reactions from left to right. We can see how positive reactions are there. Here the papules is formed. Here just rashes are there. Here just redness is there, and here slight reactions are occurs. So the identifications of the reaction is very much important. So here we can observe in this particular slide here. नाउ आपण जेवढे पॅचेस अप्लाय केले त्या प्रत्येक पॅचेसचं इव्हॅल्युएशन हे प्रॉपरली झालं पाहिजे. त्यामुळे त्यांनी जो स्पेसिफिक टाइम ड्युरेशन दिलाय की आफ्टर 15 मिनिट्स मीन्स आफ्टर 30 मिनिट्स बेसिकली बट नॉट लेस दॅन 15 मिनिट म्हणजे 15 मिनिट टू 16 मिनिट वर तुम्ही त्या टेस्टिंग किंवा जो काही रिझल्ट आहे तो ऑब्झर्व करू शकता. So if there is no reactions has been observed, the subject should be observed for next 3 to 5 days for the late reactions or anything. So after that, after predicting the result or after data result reporting, you can decide whether to launch your product in the market or not. Suppose you are directly applying the product and if specific the reaction will occurs, then you have to analyze for the different ingredients which are used in that specific formulations. So under the patch test, as we know, there is an open patch test, then prophetic patch test. Open under the open patch test, which is performed on a sensitive part of the skin, and which is not covered with a specific membrane. Then and this particular site is inspected after 24 hours, and if there is no reaction, the test is repeated once more the same site, and if still no reaction is occurred, the test is repeated for the third time. If third time it will not occur, then that particular substance which is having no allergen in that particular formulation. Then prophetic patch test is there. So before prophetic skin testing, first investigator has to carry out the test on the cell and they have to analyze the report. Then first they actually carried out 200 human volunteers. Sorry, first 10 volunteers, if they are satisfied, then 200 human volunteers, then 1000 human volunteers can be used, and then 10,000 human volunteers can be used for the particular prophetic patch test. Then repeated insert test is there, RIT test, RPIT test. Because of some prophetic patch tests, there are some shortcomings like quick absorption of the potential stimulator to the skin will occurs, or sometimes rapid evaporations of the volatile skin will be there, or in particularly uh, a prophetic patch test, we are using the small area of the skin as compared to the skin surface which is used in a actually used in a cosmetic. So there are some shortcomings are there, so that can be overcome with the help of repeated insert test, and the photo patch test are there. So photo patch test, as we know, as I already mentioned that there are some substances that are not harmful at the initial stage, but when it comes in contact with or when it exposed to sunlight, they will become the harmful, which is called the phototoxic agents. So, so it is to mention that to observe the phototoxicity for the cosmetics also. So you have to after the applications of the cosmetic, they have to uh, uh, pass between the 300 to 800 nanometer range. So they will cause the if any reaction will be there, that means that particular substance is phototoxic in nature. So there are different testing they have given for the creams, deodorant, antiperspirants, for the deflectors, and for some hair dyes purpose, the lipsticks. Means most of all the formulations they have tested for the toxicity testing purpose. So as already we have discussed, these are the some alternatives that we can use instead of the animals that we are using. So we can use the cell culture, tissue culture, cornea forms of the eye bags and the sophisticated computer models that we can use. Sorry. And these are the benefits of using these alternatives. So this is all regarding the toxicology of cosmetics. So now, sorry. So we know that one of the different tests are there and why this particular testing of cosmetic is very much important. So more slide I want to share here. Here, just 1 minute. Yeah. मी मगाशी म्हटलं होतं की FDA does not need any approval, means the FDA does not require cosmetic products to be tested on animals. However, it is strongly recommended that whatever tests are necessary should be carried out to ensure the safety of the cosmetic product. And companies often argue that animal testing is the best way to provide a proof yield, and that's why most of the companies they are using. Now, some of the formulations they contain cumulative word on that particular label. That all means this particular company is not currently testing the ingredients on the animals. But we cannot say that, or we cannot give the guarantee that animal testing wasn't carried out in the past. So there is one thing that you have to mention for the cosmetic purpose. There is no need to carry out the animal testing, and that's why in India they have banned the animal testing for the cosmetics. And it is the first nation they have banned the animal testing for cosmetic formulations. Okay. Uh, so here our toxicology of cosmetic part is covered. Now only 2 points are remaining. That is uh, experiment sensory evaluations